Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Drutube, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, shout out to the Galactic Family, Drew Nation, and of course, the GCVs. Without further ado, let's do what we supposed to. Whatever you're in agreement with is what you will experience. So make sure you're only focused on what you want. There are a lot of things pulling at your focus, and the devil uses those things to distract you. You're supposed to be focused on the things you want. You're supposed to be focused on your heart's desires. So what are you in agreement with? Are you in agreement with you having the things that you want? Or are you in agreement with the things that you don't want? Due to all the things that go on in our everyday life, we could possibly get pulled in the wrong direction. No one wants to be pulled in the wrong direction. You want to be able to stay focused on your heart's desires. But the closer you get to them, the more you make him feel. The closer you get to your desires, the more you make the devil angrier. The closer you get to your good is the closer you're getting to your God. God wants to experience the good things that you desire through you. The closer you get to the good things, it's like a game. The devil has to come and try to distract you from those things that you want. He has to try to get you to focus on every other person, Sally, Bob, Jim. Shout out to the positive Sally, Bobs, and Jims. They have to get you to focus on the negative to pull you away from those good things that you want. Those good things that you want are closer than you could ever imagine. But it's all about what you choose to focus on. When we go through things and there are things we have to get over and wrap our mind around, there are ways that negative can possibly get in the way. All right, negative loves to try to get in between you and the good that you want, especially when you're in you're in the mindset of pursuing it. You're pursuing your goals, you're pursuing your dreams. Here come bad news bears trying to get your mind off of what you want. And it is so real that they could keep you in a perpetual state of experiencing negativity just because of what you react to. The more you react to negative, and this is why it's not good to react at all. All right, it's not good to react for your health. It's not good to react for the sakes of teaching people how to treat you, and it's also not good to react for the sake of what you're communicating to the universe. Because when you react to things, whether it be good or bad, you're telling the universe that you want more of that in your life. All right. So when you react to bad things, you're going to keep getting more of that, even though it's not what you want. This is why you may be in agreement with something that you don't want, and you may not be aware of it. If you react to something, you're in agreement with it because you have taken in the negative energy. All right. You have let it change how you feel. And now you're putting out energy back out towards the negative energy. When you keep putting energy back out towards something negative, that's what you're going to keep attracting and pulling toward you and bringing into your life. So that's why it's really a fight. It's really a battle. It's really war when you are going after the things that you desire and the things that you want. All right. There's no rule that just because, you know what, I'm not bothering anyone. I consider myself a good person. I'm focused on my goals. I'm going after what I want. There's no rule that says that evil cannot try to get in the way. It's all about your perception and what you choose to focus on. So the more you focus on the good things that you want, the stronger you get, the stronger you make your mind, the stronger your agreement is going to be with the things that you want. But the more you tend to get sidetracked, the more you tend to get distracted, the more you tend to get pulled away from the things that you want. You're going to be in a secret agreement with what you don't want, whether you know it or not. All right. You do not want to be in agreement with the things that you don't want, obviously, because there are things that you don't want in your life. You don't want to keep experiencing bad over and over again. You want to be able to experience some good. You deserve some good. You're worthy of good. So it's more or less your focus and what you're distracted by. You have to fight and you have to keep working your mind and keeping your mind on what you want. All right. It's like a target. You have to keep your mind focused on the things that you want to experience, because otherwise the devil's going to creep in, the negative is going to creep in, evil's going to creep in. All right. Sadness is going to creep in, unhappiness is going to creep in, misery is going to creep in. You have to keep your mind geared and focused on the things that you want to experience, and that's how you know you're in agreement with it. All right. And also, what you're in agreement with, you have to be you have to be believing that you can have it in your life. All right. So that is another form of being in agreement with things. Realizing that, you know what, I agree with this for me, and I know that I can have it. I know that it's already mine. I see myself with it. All right. I'm not going to believe anything other than that. I agree that I can be what I want. I agree that this lifestyle is possible for me. I agree that not one day, not someday, I agree with this for me right here and now. All right. Because with my mind, if I continue to focus on it and I continue to put all my mind power on it, I already have it. And the more I put my mind on the things that I want, whether I have it physically to experience or not, my mind can't tell whether I actually have it or not. And your mind is a magnet. So that's why you have to get it off of all that bad. All right. So when you're more focused on bad than good, you're in agreement with negativity. And whatever you focus on, it grows. All right. So whatever you focus on, that's going to keep bringing its way right into your life, whether you like it or not. So you have to take your mind and keep it focused on the things that you actually want, even though there's things that we don't want, even though there's negative people out there. We don't have to focus on that. It's a game, and it's just like a video game, and you have to use all your mental strategies to keep your mind on the things that are good for you and not the things that are bad for you. So that's why it's good to ignore certain things. That's why it's good to get over certain things, because you don't want to have resentment. You don't want to hold on to stuff. All right. You don't want to be holding on to things that are blocking your blessings and keeping the good away from you. You want to let those things go, so that way you could be in agreement with some better things. You could be in agreement with some money flowing into your life. All right. You could be in agreement with that new job. You could be in agreement with creating your own job. You could be in agreement with that new business. You could be in agreement with whatever you want. The choice is yours, but you have to decide consciously, and you have to be aware of what you're putting your focus on. You may not like certain things, you may not want certain things to happen, but if that's what you're focused on, if that's what you're keeping your mind on, then that's what you're in agreement with. All right. So make sure you are in agreement with good things. Make sure you're in agreement with the positive things, the right things, because whatever you're in agreement with, that's what you're going to experience. All right. Be in agreement with being healthy. Be in agreement with having the perfect life that you want, the life that you want. All right. The amount of money that you want. How you want to look, how you want to dress, how you want to drive. All right. How you want to live. That's what you want to be in agreement with. The devil is going to try to use the things that you don't want to try to get you to focus on them. And the more you react to them, the more you're focused on them, the more those things are pulling your energy in the wrong direction. All right. So That's where energy vampires come into play. They try to pull your energy in the wrong direction, and you don't want that. You are able to block them. You could put up a force field. You could imagine a force field around you. The more you do that, the stronger it's going to get. It's going to stop them from being able to drain your energy. The minute you feel your energy drained or being pulled in the wrong direction, you could just imagine that force field. And also, you could start to imagine the things that you like, the things that you want, the things that you desire to have, because that's going to keep your focus and keep you in agreement with those things. It's all a game. All right. They have to try to distract you. They have to try to pull your focus on things that you don't want so they can stay present in your life. They're trying to stay present. All right. They're trying to stay alive. When you pay attention to them, you're giving them life. You're putting life into them. When you focus on yourself, you're putting life into your dreams. All right. They don't want you to put that life into your dreams. They want you to put that life into them so they can stay present, so they can keep getting your attention. They can keep stealing your focus, and they can be what matters to you. All right. You don't want the things that you don't want to matter to you. You want the things that you do want to matter to you. That's why all the people who are successful, they're really focused. It's certain things that happen that they don't even pay any mind to. They don't pay no attention to it at all. All right, unless it's going to do something for them or help them in some kind of way, or they're telling their story, or they're talking about what happened because somebody is interviewing them and that they're getting paid for that. Other than that, they wouldn't care about it at all. All right. So if it's not helping you in any kind of way, if it's not doing you any good in any kind of way, don't focus on it. Don't pay attention to it. And you're going to have to keep working your mind until you can get there. But the thing is, once you keep working your mind on it, it's going to make these things start to come into your life, and the easier it is going to be for you to attract them, and the easier is going to be for you to get them. That's what the whole game is. It's a battle, but once you start to battle back, once you start to fight back, once you start to gain control of your mind, you're going to start to be on one side, and you're going to start to drift from the negative side to the other side. And that's what's called a mental shift. When you leave negative things behind, they're still there, obviously, but you shifted to another reality to where they're not as prevalent in your life, where they're not as important to you in your life, where they don't have as much meaning to you in your life. They have less meaning because you're so geared and you're so focused on what you want that those things don't even matter anymore. They're doing what they're doing. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. All right. Bad is there, evil is there, but you are stepping into heaven. You're stepping out of hell and into heaven. You're making a choice. Where do I want to dwell? All right, do I want to dwell in the mindset of hell, or do I want to dwell in the mindset of heaven? Am I going to keep reacting to things, giving my energy to things, letting things drain me, focusing on people that don't serve me, allowing myself to be upset over the past? Or am I going to move forward? Am I going to take my mindset and shift it to what I want? Am I going to take my mindset and shift it to things that I want to experience? Am I going to take my mindset and shift it into a reality to where I live in my desired reality? It's going to take a lot of speaking things. It's going to take a lot of changing your mindset. It's like catching yourself. All right. It's like catching yourself instead of kicking yourself. When you allow yourself to be caught up and overtaken and downward spiral, you're kicking yourself. You're beating yourself up. When things can make you upset and you're overtaken by them, you let them overtake you. You're basically drowning in the negativity. Woe is me, self-pity. So and so did this, so and so did that. And trust me, I understand. All right. You have to break out of that mindset. You have to break out of a victim mindset. You have to break out of a self-pity mindset. You have to break out of a mindset to where you see yourself as a victim. You don't see yourself as being able to do anything for yourself, or what you're doing that you may feel it's not enough. You may feel it's not good enough. We've all been there. All right. Everybody has gone through a point in their life where they may have felt like it was over for them, or what somebody else was doing was so strong that they didn't have enough power to get through it. All right. When you're in that mindset, you see what's happening to you and the things that are happening around you as stronger than what's inside of you. And that's not true. All right, what's inside of you has more power than the things that are going on around you. So when you have that victim mindset, when you feel that what you're doing can't help, when you feel that you're never going to get out of it, when you feel that the negativity is stronger, then you're going to be in agreement with that. And that's going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you wallowing in the muck and mire, and you're not going to feel good about yourself. You're going to be depressed. You're not going to feel confident, but you can fight your way out of that. All right. It takes a true warrior to be able to recognize that they're in that mind state, that they're in that mindset, and that they have to get out of it. All right. Awareness and acceptance is the first step. You have to become aware that, wait a minute, maybe I'm not the most positive person right now. There may be some negative things that are happening in my life. I'm not going to allow them to stop me. I'm not going to allow them to take over my life. I'm not going to allow them to drown me and suffocate me and keep me trapped. I'm not going to let that happen. So there has to be something that I can do right here where I'm at, regardless of what I'm going through. All right. You can ask God to show you what to do. You can ask infinite intelligence to lead you and guide you into how to get out of that trap, and to how to get out of a victim mindset into a victor mindset, because you are victorious. All right. You are a victor. All right. They tried to turn you into a victim because they saw that you were victorious. And they didn't want you to be victorious. They didn't want you to be able to wave the checkered flag at the end and pop the bottle of champagne and pour it all over yourself and raise the trophy up in the sky and be able to celebrate. They didn't want you to be able to do those things. So you can't focus so much on what people didn't want you to be able to do. It's true. All right. Oh, you know it's true. All right, you know it's true. They tried to do you dirty. They tried to do you harm. They stabbed you in the back. You have to not be in agreement with that. It happened. You have to get over that. You have to let those things go. See it for what it is. uh, Take what you can from it. What positive experiences can you take from the negative things that happened in your life? All right. When you can create a mindset for yourself and a reality to where you're not going to let what happened, what they did, hold you back, because you see yourself as tougher than that, you are now becoming a victor and not a victim. We go through things happen to us, and we are so caught up on what happened that we're not focusing on what we're able to do to get out of it and to make our lives better. All right, sometimes we're so thrown off by, I can't believe they did that. All right, that will, if you let it, it will keep you stuck. All right. It happens, but you don't have to stay stuck there. Things happen, but you don't have to stay stuck in the happening of things. All right, things happen, but you don't have to stay stuck in the happening of things. All right, you don't have to stay stuck there. You're not glued to anywhere. Nobody can stop you from doing anything. There's this practice to where when people feel stuck, you sit down, you think about what you're going through, and then you stand up. So think about, excuse me, think about what you're going through and stand up. If you can stand up, no, there's nothing holding you back. There's nothing stopping you. Get up and walk around while thinking about what happened to you. You just broke free. There's nothing that is able to stop you except your own mind. Only your mind can stop you and make you feel like, woe is me, or I'm a victim, or this is so terrible that I'll never get out of it. You can get out of it. All right. We all go through things. We all have that initial shock of things happening to us, people betraying us, people doing things that we don't like. But you don't have to stay stuck there. You can get through that, and you can get over that, and you can still be in agreement with the things that you want. They can't stop you from wanting to be successful. They may have been able to stop one thing. They may have been able to stop another thing. They may have made you feel depressed. They may have, you may have got hit with a narcissistic abuse. All right, narcissistic abuse is real. It makes people feel drained. It makes you feel like you have the flu. Makes you feel like you're sick. But guess what? You don't have to stay there. Like you don't, when people get sick, you get a cold, you get over it. You don't stay sick forever. You get better. You naturally get better. So what you have to do is you say, you know what? I am better. I can get better. I'm going to allow the natural force of energy flowing in my body to heal me. I'm going to focus on positive things instead of negative things. And it's just a mind, it's just a mental switch. All right. And this is how you know what you're in agreement with. If something happened to you and you're stuck on it and you're not able to let it go, you're in agreement with what happened to you instead of being in agreement with your inner power, instead of being in agreement with your inner strength, instead of being in agreement with, to heck with this, I'm going to get out of this no matter what. It may take time, but you still have the power with your mind to be positive in any situation. And we may not be aware of it. It may take time for us to reach this level of awareness. But once you do, once you accept it, you become a person that's in agreement with the good instead of being in agreement with the bad that's happening in your life. And that's where your power lies, even when you're in the midst of hell. That's how you call heaven down. All right. It could be narcissists in your life. You could be living in the same house with them. They could be telling you, you suck. All right. They could be telling you, you're never going to be anything. If you are in agreement with that, you're going to feel that more than if you're not. All right. Of course, you're going to feel their negative energy. But the thing is, if you stay stuck and focus on that, that's how you get brought down. That's how you get drained because of what they're saying. All right. That's the trick. They may be trying to force it down your throat. All right. They may be giving you the little evil stares. They may be doing things to upset you and frustrate you, but you have to pray like you never prayed. All right. And if you're going through this, you just have to accept that this is what you're going through, and that you have to accept that I'm going to come out of this alive. Even if you feel like crap, even if you can't get out of bed, you keep telling what you need to tell to yourself. You keep listening to positive videos. You keep playing songs that uplift you and lift your spirit up and that make you happy. You keep doing things. Even if you work on it for 5 minutes, work on that dream. All right. They may tell you that you'll never get anywhere with that. They may tell you that you're not going to get paid for that. They may tell you that you're not going to get anywhere in life. You're wasting your time. You're nothing. You're a nobody. You're less than cow poop. They may tell you these things. All right, not necessarily that way, but in one way, form, or another. They may be telling you these things. All right, maybe they have some jealousy towards you. Maybe they have some hate towards you. But guess what? It's not stronger than you. It's not strong enough to hold you back. All right, you cannot accept that. You cannot be in agreement with the things that they're doing. Sometimes when people are doing things and we don't like it and it's bad and they're treating us not in the best way and we're in the presence of them, we get caught up in focusing on them, what they want for us, what they're doing, how they're treating us, and we sink, we get low, and we get stuck in a victim mindset. But you have to get out of that, even if you're in the same house as them, even if you're at the same job as them, even if you're in a relationship with them, even if you're in a family with them. You can't let none of that stop you or hold you back, because at the end of the day, the choice is yours. And as long as you continue to agree with that, you're going to continue to be in that self-pity mode. And our the best of us have been there. All right, the greatest of us have been there. All right, the greatest people have been in a situation like that. They got stories out there, and they're living in their $1 million home right now, driving their $1 million car, still happy, still successful, because they didn't choose to agree with it for any longer. All right, they chose to accept something different. They didn't choose to keep accepting what other people wanted for them, how other people saw them, how other people treated them. All right, you have to figure out if you're in agreement with good or if you're in agreement with the toxic negativity that other people want you to experience and want you to have in your life. So you don't waste time hating those people, because if you do, that energy is the same. Them not wanting you to succeed, you hating them for what they are trying to do to you in your life. When you grow angry and when you grow hatred for people who are trying to do things to you, you are in agreement with what they're trying to do, and you're accepting what they're trying to do, and you are the one that is perpetuating what they want in your life. That's why you can't focus on what they want. They're trying to stop me. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. You can't focus on that. You can't keep your acceptance there. You can't keep your mind there. You can't keep your agreement there. You have to agree with life. Life is forever flowing. Life is forever moving. Even if you're in one of the worst situations, you're living with them, they're around you, their energy's negative, it's toxic. You have to take your mind off of that and you have to focus on the God within. That God within, there's an ever flowing, free flowing, infinite source of positivity within you. And you have to work that up. You got to churn that up. You have to stir that up. You have to uplift yourself with that if that's all you got. You may not have a job. You may not have a car. You may not have a place to go. You may not have a support system, but you have God. You have a piece of God in you, and that's that ever flowing, forever flowing, positive, free flowing form of energy that comes from the universe, and it's in you. It's just waiting for you to activate it. It's waiting for you to focus on that. And here's another thing. You cannot focus on, I'm going to keep going back to this. You can't focus on what other people are trying to do. If they're being negative around you, you can't look at it like that because it's going to bring you down. You have to lie to yourself. All right. This is the only time that you have to lie to yourself. You're going to have to fake it until you make it. Wow, I'm around some really great people. That's how strong you are. You don't have to tell them anything, but you have the power and the strength to speak certain things into existence and change the energy. Wow, I'm around some positive people. Wow, these people are great. Wow, these are some amazing people. I'm blessed to have these people in my life, and you really are, because they're pushing you closer to God. They're bringing something out of you that you never knew you had. Well, maybe you were aware of it, maybe you weren't, but now it's time for you to use it. And the reason why you're in this situation is because you haven't used it yet. And God knew He had to put you here for you to cultivate it, for you to bring it up, for you to steer it up. Little darling, steer it up. You got to steer it up. You got to steer up that positive energy within you. All right. You got to take that negative and turn it into something good. You got to be a alchemist. You got to take that negative energy and turn it into something positive. All right. You got to get out of that victim mind state, get out of that victim mode. F what they're trying to do. F who's trying to do it. Forget who's trying to, and that F is for forget. That F is for forget. Forget what they're trying to do. Forget who's doing it. Doesn't matter who it is, friends, family, girlfriend, boss, neighbor, whoever. They're not powerful enough to stop you. You can't accept that. You can no longer accept that. If you have accepted it, it's time for you to reject it. If you have accepted it, it's time for you to reject that stuff, because it's going to keep you there and you're going to perpetuate what they want for you, and they don't even have to do anything. That's the whole trick behind the black magic. That's the whole trick behind the spell. You got to expel that negative spell out of you. Man, what they want, I don't want that. So I'm not going to accept that, even if that's what they want. I see what they're trying to do, but guess what? I'm going to break out of that. I'm going to use the God in me to break out of that. And another thing it's going to do is going to bring you so close to God, and you're going to pray so much that you and God are going to be best friends. God's going to become your support system. He's just waiting on you. He's waiting on you for you to call on Him. He's waiting on you for you to call that heaven down. He's waiting on you to realize that He dwells within you, instead of focusing on what other people are trying to do. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. They might have tricked you. They might have betrayed you. They lied to you. They stabbed you in the back. They betrayed you. Trust me, I get all of that. They did you dirty. They said one thing and did another. All right, they're holding you accountable for stuff from the past. They're holding you accountable for things you had no control over. They keep bringing up things that you had no control over, no power over it. If you could fix it, you would. You're just not in the position to. But they're going to use that to abuse you and beat you up with it like a punching bag. Guess what? You still got the strength to overcome it and get out of it, and get out that situation and override that mentally and overcome that situation. All right. You are an overcomer. You're not someone that is overcome by negative situations. You are a person that overcomes negative situations. All right. So I need you, wherever you're at, whatever you're going through, I need you to put that stuff to the side, because it's not more powerful than your ability to do something. Even if it's just picking up a book and reading it, even if it's just watching positive videos, even if it's just listening to positive music, and accepting the fact that something good is going to come. And you even if you have to lie to yourself and be like, man, today is going to be a good day, I'm going to get through this. All right, I'm around some real positive people. I don't care if you got to make some imaginary friends. Yo, positive Steve, positive Bill, positive Jane. All right, I don't care if you got to make up some damn friends. You better make up some damn friends and focus on them and imagine them. And yo, the power of imagination. I swear to God, the power of imagination. Forgive me, swear to God, whatever. But yo, the power of imagination, some positive things and some positive people will come into your life, and it will actually happen. This has actually happened for you. You just haven't been aware of it. You ever went to work and you were feeling like crap and you pushed yourself and you was like, man, you know what? Today's gonna be a good day regardless. I'm gonna get through this. And when you went into your shift, it actually happened like that. They might have ordered some pizza that day, so you might have got tipped $50 or $25 for helping somebody. That person that's real cool was off today, but then they came in out of nowhere and they were working, and your day went well. Whatever it happened, how it happened, when you are able to when you're able to get your mind focused on some good, even if you're lying to yourself, it's going to believe that. That's why they say if when a person lies enough, they'll start to believe it. You could use that in a positive way. That doesn't just have to be a negative saying. You can be like, yo, I live in my desired reality and everything's going my way. I'm on the beach, I'm on vacation, I'm enjoying myself, I'm living the life of my dreams. Your mind will give you the feelings of a person on the beach that is relaxed. The mind is no joke, y'all. The mind is no joke. This is the matrix. As a man thinketh, so is he. According to your belief, so be it unto you. It's just that we get so caught up in the negativity. We get so caught up on other people's evil actions and evil deeds that we allow them to weigh us down. And then we get weighed down so much that we can't even see a way out. So you have to catch yourself and don't let yourself get to the point to where all you see is what they're doing. All you see is what they want you to experience. All you see is what they want you to have, because you could break free. That's why Maya Angelou made that poem. Why does a caged bird sing? All right, even if you are a caged bird, you still gotta sing. You still got to speak some positivity into your life, even if you don't see it, even if you don't feel it. You got to keep speaking it until you feel it. And then when you start to feel it, you'll start to see it. And you'll be able to get right up on out of there. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you that you will start to feel it. You'll start to feel so good. All right, yo, they will want to get away from you. They might even help you get up out of there. Yo, we trying to hold her down, and she's too positive, and like they gonna have a secret meeting on you. They gonna send you somewhere. I'm telling you, they gonna put you somewhere because your energy is overpowering, and it is overbearing to them already. That's why they have to come at you like they do. But when you don't allow it to happen by not agreeing with it, by not accepting death, even when Jesus was on the cross, he didn't accept death. He said, into my Father's hands do I go. You don't accept death. These people want you to accept death. You don't accept the negativity. You don't accept the evil. The evil is there, but we don't accept it. We made a mistake. We did something wrong. All right, we thought the wrong thought. You can't accept the evil. You can't accept the negativity. You can't accept the bad, because when you do, you're in agreement with it. Now you're just as bad. Don't go around hating people just because they want you to hate them. You have love for them regardless. And that's the true meaning of love. That's love's true power. You love yourself so much that you're not going to allow their negativity to turn you into and to turn your love and positive energy into hatred. Even when you're aiming your hatred towards other people for what they're doing, that's because you accepted it. They tricked you. They hit you with the spell. It's time for you to let go of that spell. It's time for you to withdraw your permission from that spell. It's time for you to expel that negative spell that they put on you. So what, they wanted you to do some bad. So what, they did some bad. So what, they got you in a bad position. You can think your way out of anything. You thought your way into it. You can think your way out of any situation, whether you know it or not. They helped you into thinking negatively about yourself and your life. All they did was they left the food out and you ate it. You didn't have to eat it, but you ate it. And now it's eating you. So you have to stop it from eating you by expelling it. Throw it up. Excuse me. Throw it up. Get rid of that negative stuff by, even if you gotta lie to yourself, I don't care. The more you speak those things into existence, the better you're going to feel. And once you start to think better, once you start to feel better, you will start to experience better in your life. No matter who wants what for you, or what they try to set up, or how they try to set up, all that's not going to matter, because you're not going to be in agreement with it, and your focus is going to be on what you want. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't you dare forget to subscribe. This has been another Drutube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. We out. Peace, love, and light.